You in your title, you have make account plans measurable.
Yeah.
How do you do this, and which measures are you taking there besides that you're checking update rates and how often information is getting pulled from there and how often people are looking at it?
Yeah, super interesting. So within the white space that you have within the organization of here's your products, here's their buying centers, you can create areas. This is where I want to sell into. And each of those then create a clear opportunity. And that opportunity then has actions to get there. And all of those you can track through. So in order for us to move this forward, I need to talk to you 4 times in the next 3 months or whatever. And here's the org chart, here's the steps that I'm going to take. I'm going to create a meeting. And all of those activities are then clearly defined by each opportunity type for that buying center. Some of them are longer because that is new and you need to introduce, you need to find who that is in order to move that forward. So you can actually do it that way. We have integrated, it took us a while, we integrated our Oracle's financial data into Salesforce, which we hadn't done before, in order to actually see the financial growth and trajectory of each of those. The other thing I really like about it that's super frustrating when you're doing these PowerPoints and others is how do I look at things in a consolidated manner? So I now have verticals and I have service line, product sales, and I can't pull those together very easily. And so, these guys are great. They're really, I wouldn't be here. I've never talked in front of any other software company before that we use, but they're very easy to work with. And so how did we build out, a way for us to have a larger view? They have what's called a grandstand view, and you can sort by, all sorts of things. You can actually sort by product type or service center or however you want to do. That allows us to have now, as we've grown bigger, when we were small, it was easy. Everyone was everyone. I knew the 5 people. But it allows us to see that and see the progress overall. So you can see the progress in a single account, and you can actually see the progress overall for all of them as well. So I think there's different ways to manage and measure that. You can easily set in motion in your account plan, what is your communication strategy? My CEO, I'm going to get my CEO to meet the senior vice president over at Meta, and I need to now, because Meta is a big client for ours, I want that to happen every quarter. Did it happen every quarter? I can see that overall. I can see the map in that very easily by just clicking on a button and seeing how many communications did we have and meetings do we have with Meta and TaskUs, and where do those all map?
Just to add to what Sean is saying, recently we have also done, these strategies are all qualitative, right? But the execution of those strategies is quantitative. If my goal is to achieve 15% growth in that account, I'm working on those opportunities, I'm identifying white spaces, but there was no way to interlink before us. We have recently launched a strategy framework where now you can associate strategies to those strategies. You can associate those white spaces, those relationships to those strategies, and as those opportunities progress, as those white spaces progress, you can quantify your qualitative goals as well and measure them. If your opportunity has been stagnant for 150 days, your strategy is also taking a hit. So we can send these actionable insights saying something is wrong, or your stakeholders have left the organization, your strategy takes a hit. So we are not able to measure the qualitative strategies as well beyond what just Sean talked about.